Hi guys, I'm back with another video. Today's video is going to be predictions for WWE Money in the Bank 2025. Like I said after Friday Night SmackDown News 209, my predictions for Money in the Bank would be coming out. You guys know how these videos go by now, so I'm simply just going to get right into it. So the first match is the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Solo Sikoa versus LA Knight versus Penta versus Seth Rollins versus Andrade versus El Grande Americano. So who are my picks to win? Well, my first pick and the most obvious and the most favorite to win is going to be Seth Rollins. And Seth Rollins is one of my first picks to win Money in the Bank. He is a previous Money in the Bank holder, and he has successfully cashed in the Money in the Bank at WrestleMania. And he's on a hot streak right now with his new tag team with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, and he's dangerous. And because of his dangerousness and his new tag team with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, he is one of the favorites to win this match. Now, there is a rumor going around that Roman Reigns might return during the match and screw Seth Rollins. So that's definitely a possibility. But like I said before, that's just a rumor. Rumors are rumors. They could be true. They could not be true. So we'll find out. My second pick to win is obviously going to be last year's runner-up, LA Knight. So once again, LA Knight is in the Money in the Bank ladder match. And would I like to see LA Knight win the Money in the Bank that he didn't win last year? Absolutely. LA Knight is a very good pick to win this year's Money in the Bank if they don't go with Seth Rollins or Penta, which Penta is my next pick, and I'll get to that in a minute. But LA Knight would definitely be a good pick. I would definitely like to see him win the Money in the Bank. I feel like he deserves it. And, a lot of people say LA Knight does not deserve to be a world champion. I kind of disagree. He's got the character for it. He's good on the mic. He's good. He's a good wrestler. Yeah, he does make some mistakes sometimes, but every wrestler does. And I think he deserves it. So he's a good pick to win. He's one of my picks. My next pick is Penta. Now, that might be shocking to a lot of people, but out of Seth Rollins and LA Knight, he's the only other person that I realistically see winning the match if they don't go with Seth Rollins or LA Knight. Penta, he's had a hot streak lately. He's had a lot of great matches, and I see a lot of great things from him in the future. And I could see him doing a lot of things with his brother, Ray Phoenix, and a lot of things by himself. And just like LA Knight, he's another good pick to win the match. What about Solo Sikoa? I don't really see Solo Sikoa winning the Money in the Bank, and that's just because he's had multiple chances at the WWE Championship, and I just don't see him as a considerable contender of winning the match. Andrade. Andrade's another good pick to win the match, but I would have to go with Penta over him. Even though Andrade is a good pick, I don't see him winning either. El Grande Americano. I don't even want to fucking talk about El Grande Americano. Really, I think Karrion Kross should be in the match instead. Even though it's unlikely Karrion Kross was actually going to win the Money in the Bank, I feel like he's a better pick to have in this match than El Grande Americano. I'm sorry. I can't really get behind the El Grande Americano. I know it's Chad Gable in the mask, and with this character, he's beating these luchador wrestlers, but I just don't really care. So it's obvious to say that El Grande Americano is not going to win this match. The second match of the night is a women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Alexa Bliss versus Roxanne Perez versus Rhea Ripley versus Julia versus Naomi versus Stephanie Vaquer. So, obviously, the fan favorite and my pick to win is going to be Rhea Ripley. And Rhea Ripley winning Money in the Bank would be a redemption for her ever since she lost the Women's World Championship to Liv Morgan, and she hasn't been able to win it back since. And I think it would be a good redemption for her if she wins the Money in the Bank ladder match. She is a fan favorite to win, so I definitely can see Rhea Ripley winning. My second pick, and it's really a tie because I could really see both of these women winning. They're both great wrestlers and they're both up and coming on the main roster, and I can see both doing great things. And that's Roxanne Perez and Stephanie Vaquer. So Roxanne Perez and Stephanie Vaquer are my second and third pick to win the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. You know, just like last year, it's a Tiffany Stratton situation where them winning the Money in the Bank could win them a world championship, a women's world championship, a women's championship. It means a lot. Money in the Bank means a lot to these young women because it could lead them to winning a world championship, a women's world championship, a women's championship. And that's how Tiffany Stratton won her women's championship, and it means a lot for both of these ladies. And they're both up and coming, and I see both of them doing a lot of great things. I have talked about Roxanne Perez so much when she was the NXT Women's Champion. She was a great babyface champion, and she was a great heel champion. If she can do it on NXT, I definitely can see her doing it on the main roster and doing it with the best. Stephanie Vaquer, she's another young lady that I can see doing it as well. So it will really mean a lot to these two ladies if they win. What about the other people? Naomi, I don't really see her winning just because her feud with Jade Cargill and the fact of the matter that I don't really see her as a considerable winner of this match or winning the Women's Money in the Bank. And I just don't really see her as a credible challenger for any championship right now other than the mid-card championship, like the Women's United States Championship or the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss was going to be one of my picks, but then I changed my mind at the last minute to go with Roxanne Perez and Stephanie Vaquer. Alexa Bliss is another great woman to win this match, but I just kind of feel iffy with picking her because I just don't know what direction WWE is going to go with her. If she's going to win Money in the Bank or if she's going to join the Wyatt Six. You know, it's really hard to tell what WWE is going to do here. They're really making you think about it, and I just can't go with Alexa Bliss winning because I don't know what really WWE is going to go and do with her. So I'm just going to say that Alexa Bliss is a good woman to win this match, but I didn't pick her because I don't know what WWE is going to do with her. So I'm just going to keep it at that. How about Julia? Julia is another good woman, another good young woman to win this match. But the reason why I didn't pick her, and that's why I picked Stephanie Vaquer and Roxanne Perez over her, is because it looks like they're going to have her feud with Zelina Vega over the Women's United States Championship. And I think that would be a great start for Julia to make her ascent to the top and build her as a star. So, you know, even though she's not going to win the match, she definitely has a great future ahead of her, and I think that's really good for WWE to build her into a star. The third thing is a tag team match: Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso versus John Cena and Logan Paul. My pick to win is Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. Now, most people say, well, why did you pick them? And my reason is because, well, Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso, you know, they both got attacked by John Cena and Logan Paul. And, you know, these baby faces need to win to keep the story going here. They need to keep the story going, so I think Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso are going to win. And the fourth match is the last chance match for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. Now, if Becky Lynch loses this match, she cannot challenge Lyra Valkyria for the Women's Intercontinental Championship as long as Lyra Valkyria is champion. But if Becky Lynch wins the Women's Intercontinental Championship, then Lyra Valkyria will raise Becky Lynch's arm or hand, and that's the sign that she's the better woman. So, but honestly, my pick is Lyra Valkyria. I pretty much said this last time at the Backlash pay-per-view. I'm like, why do they need Becky Lynch to win the Women's Intercontinental Championship? I don't understand. The only reason why they would have her win it is because it's a championship that she's never won before. Same thing with the Women's United States Championship. And I just don't like that direction, because you actually need a mid-card champion, and Lyra Valkyria is a mid-card champion. And just having Becky Lynch win because it's a championship that she has never won, I just don't like the idea of that. And I don't really think Becky Lynch really needs to win this feud, because Becky Lynch, she's a star in her own right. She can have good matches and she can have good feuds without winning a championship. So I simply think that Lyra Valkyria just simply needs to win this match. And she's my pick to win the match. She is the safe pick going into this match, and she's also the safe pick going out of the match. So Lyra Valkyria is my prediction to win. And those were my predictions for WWE Money in the Bank 2025. Please post a comment. What are your predictions for WWE Money in the Bank 2025? And if you guys like this video, please don't forget to please like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Period.